Yesterday I told about a new book named Roald Fantastic Mr. Fox. So this video will read a new book named Roald Fantastic Mr. Fox. It's book tells you about Did you hear that, Mr. Fox? It's not over yet. We are not going home still, and we strung you out death as a ding bat. So this video will still read a new book. Now I'll read your contents and the people. Quick, mischief makers, sign here so everyone knows this book belongs to you. Roald was a spy, ace fighter pilot, chocolate historian, and medical inventor. He was also the author of Chocolate and Chocolate Factory, Matilda and BFG, and many more brilliant stories. He remained the world's #1 storyteller. Quentin Blake had illustrated more than 300 books and was Roald's favorite illustrator. In 1980, he won the prestigious Kate Greenaway Medal. In 1999, he became the first ever children's laureate, and in 2013, he won Knight for services to illustration. Introducing Mr. Fox. Mr. Fox, the small foxes, Badger, Boggets, Beans. So this video I tell you about Roald and Quentin Blake, the illustrator, and I tell you about the introducing of the characters, and there has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are almost 7 chapters in this book. So now let's read this book. Roald Fantastic Mr. Fox, illustrated by Quentin Blake. To Olivia. Contents. This book has 18 chapters, and chapter 1 will read from chapter 1 to chapter 4. No, we read from chapter 1 to chapter 7 already. So chapter 1, the 3 forms at page 1. Chapter 2, Mr. Fox, at page 7. Chapter 3, the shooting, at page 10. Chapter 4, the terrible solves, at page 15, at page 20. Chapter 5, the terrible chapters, at page 20. And chapter 6, the race, at page 24. The last chapter we read today is chapter 7, We'll Never Let Him Go, at page 29. Chapter 1, the 3 farmers down in the village that were a farm. The owners of this farm was well done. They were a rich man. They were also nasty men. All 3 of them was all about to nasty and mean as any man you can meet. Their names are Farmer Boggets, Farmer Buns, and Farmer Bean. Boggets had a chicken farmer. He kept thousands of chickens. He was enormous fat. This was because he ate 3 boiled chickens smothered with dumplings every day for the breakfast, lunch, and supper. Buns was a duck and goose farm. He kept thousands of ducks and geese. He was kind of pot-bellied dwarf. He was pot-bellied dwarf. He was so short with chin had been underwater in the shallow end of the swimming pool. He was short as a chin had under the swimming pool in the shadow then in the swimming pool of the world. His food was donuts and geese livers. He mashes their livers into the disgusting paste and then stuffed the paste in the donuts. This diet gave him a tummy ache and the beastly temper. Beans was a turkey and apple farmer. He kept thousands of turkeys in an orchard full of apples. He never ate any food at all. Instead, he drank almost many gallons of strong cider that he made from apple in his etrus. He was thin as a pencil and the cleverest of them all. Buggins and Buns and Bean, one fat, one short, one lean. These terrible crows, so different in looks, were none of less equal mean. So that is what the children ran to what you think when they saw them. Chapter 2, Mr. Fox. On the hill above the valley was the wood, and the wood was a huge tree. Under the tree there was a hole. In the hole lived Mr. Fox and Mrs. Fox, and lived in the forge foxes. Every evening, as soon as it got dark, Mr. Buns Fox would ask Mrs. Fox, "Well, my darling, what shall it be in this time? A plum chicken from Buckets, a duck or a goose from Buns, or a nice turkey from Duck and Goose and Bean?" And when Mrs. Fox had told him what she wanted, Mr. Fox would creep down into the valley in the darkness of the night and help himself. Buckets and Buns and Beans knew very well what was going on, and it made the wild with rage. There were not many who liked to give anything away. Less still that there was nothing to be stolen from them. So every night each of them would take his shotgun and hide in the dark place somewhere on his own farm, hoping to catch the robber. But Mr. Fox was too clever for them. He always approached a farm with the wind blowing in his face, and that meant if any men were lurching in a saddle ahead, the wind would carry a smell of that man to Mr. Fox's nose from far away. Thus, if the Mr. Buggins were hiding behind his chicken house number 1, Mr. Fox would smell him out from 50 yards up and quickly change direction, heading for the chicken house number 4 at the end of the farm. "Dang for the blast that lousy beast," cried Bungus. "I'd like to rip his guns out," said Buns. "That was killed," cried Bean. "But," said Bungus, "how on earth you can try to catch Blathers?" Beans picked his nose delicately with the long finger. "I have a plan," he said. "You've never had the decent plan yet," said Buns. "Shut up and listen," said Bean. "Tomorrow night we all hide just outside from the hole where the fox lives. We will wait there until he comes out. Bang, 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 bang." "Very clever," says Buns. "I already found it," said crafty Bean. "It's out in the wood or on the hill. It's under a huge tree." Chapter 3, The Shooting. "Well, my darling," said Mr. Fox, "what shall it be tonight?" "I think we'll have duck tonight," said Mrs. Fox. Bring us 2 fat duck, if you please, 1 for you and me, and 1 for the children." "Ducks it shall be," said Mrs. Fox. "Buns best. Now do be carefully," said Mrs. Fox. "My darling," said Fox, "I can smell those guns and of miles away. I can smell one of the others." Buggets gives up to this filthy stick of the roosters and chicken skins, buns reeks of the goose livers, and as for a bean, the funds of apples cider hung around him like the poisonous gases. Yes, but just don't get careless, said Mrs. Fox. You know you'll be waiting for you, all three of you. Don't you worry about me, said Mr. Fox. I'll see you later. Said but Mrs. Fox was not being quite so croaky as he knew exactly where the three farmers were waiting at the moment. They were just outside in the entrance of the hall and laid forth the gun loaded, and what is more, they had chosen the portions very carefully, making sure that the wind was not blowing from towards the foxhole. In fact, it was blowing to the opposite direction. There was no chance of them being smelled out. Mrs. Fox crept out of dark tunnels in the mouth of his hole. It poked his long handsome face out in the night air and sniffed it once. He moved an inch or two forward and stopped it. He sniffed it again. He was always especially carefully then when coming out from his hole. He inches forward a little more. The front half of his nose of his body was now in the open. His black nose twitched from side to side, sniffing, for the sense of danger. He found nonsense. He was just about to go trotting forward in the wood when he heard or thought he had a good tiny noise. A soft rustling sound as though someone had moved a foot ever so gently through the hatch of the leaves. Mr. Fox flattened his body against the ground and lay very still. His ears prickled. He waited for a long time, but he heard nothing more. It must have been a field mouse, he told himself, or some other small animals. He crept a little further out of the holes, and the further still. He was almost right in the open now. He took a careful look. The world was murky and very still. Someone in the sky, and the moon was shining. Just then his dropped night's eyes caught a glint of someone bright behind a tree not far away. It was a small silver speck of moonlight shining on a small silver peck in the moonlight shining plushy surface. Mr. Fox lay still watching it. What on earth was this? Now it was moving. It was coming quick. Great heavens, it was a barrel of the gun, quick as a whiff. Mr. Fox jumped back to the hole, and the same instant of the entire wood seemed to be explode him. Bang, 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 bang. Bang, 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 bang. Bang, 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 bang. The smoke from 3 guns floated in the night air. Bongas and bounces from the beam came out from behind their trees, and they looked towards the hole. Did we get him? Said Ben. One of them shone a flashlight on the hole. On the other was the stones from the hole lay behind the bloodstains. Remains of a fox tail had been picked at We got a tail, but we misses the fox. He said, tossing the thing away. Dang and blast, we should for too late. We should have let fly for the moment that pocket he had to out. He won't be poking it out again in the hungry, Bunsen said. Bean pulled a flask from the pocket and as it took was a swig of the cider. And then he said, it will take for 3 days list before he gets hungry enough to come out again. I'm not sitting around here waiting for that. Let's dig him out. Ah, said Bucket, now you're talking sense. You can dig him out for a couple of hours. We know he there. I reckon for the whole family and them do. That a hole, Bun said. Then we'll have to lot, said the Bean. Get shovels. Chapter 4. The Terrible Shovels. Down to the hole, there's Fox. Mrs. Fox was tenderly licking from the jump of the Mrs. Fox tail and stopped at blending. It was the next tail for many miles around. He said to between licks, it hurts, said Mrs. Fox. I know it does, sweetheart, but I'll soon get better. And it will soon grow again, Dad, said one of the small foxes. It will never grow again, said Mrs. Fox. I shall be the tailless for the rest of my life. He looked very glum. There was no food for the foxes tonight, and soon the children dozed off. Then Mrs. Fox dozed off too, but Mrs. Fox couldn't sleep because its perched of the stump of his tail. Well, he thought, I stood for the pose. I'm lucky to be alive at all. So, and now they're found our hole. We're going to have to move out soon as possibility. We'll never get any peace if what was that? He turned his head sharply and listened. The noise he heard was the mud frightened nose. A fox? He ever heard the scraping of the shovels digging the soil. Wake up, he shouted, they are digging us out. Mrs. Fox was white. Awake from 1 second. She up quivering already. Are you sure that is? Whispered. I'm positive. They'll kill my children, as cried Mrs. Fox. Never, said Mrs. Fox, but drawly. They will, sobbed Mrs. Fox. No, I know they will. Scrunch, scrunch, scrunch went the shovels above their heads. Small stones bit the earth, began falling from the roof from the tunnel. They all sat down, panting their breath, and Mrs. Fox said to their children, I would like you to know that it wasn't for your father, which should be dead by now. Your father is a fantastic fox. Mr. Fox looked at his wife and smiled. He loved her more than ever when she said things like that. All quiet. Phew, said Mrs. Fox. I think we've done it, so they'll never get as deep as well done, everyone. After an hour, Mrs. Fox stopped digging. Hold it, he said. They all stopped. Go downwards, ordered Mrs. Fox. So this video I tell you about a new book named Roald Fantastic Mr. Fox. Next video I tell you a new chapter from chapter 5 to chapter 10. This video is Sylvain. Goodbye everyone. Thank you for listening to my video. Goodbye since time. Best for all of you. Goodbye.